begin today. This is called the Lincoln Town Car Ultimate. There's an executive signature and there's a Cartier. This is, of course, called the Ultimate. I'm going to hold this up here because this is a guide, but the guide is actually incorrect where it comes to changing the low beam. We can call it a headlight, but that could be either of these three. This is the low beam we're going to be adjusting today. Really the only tools you need. These are the special kind of a star tip, star drive. I use these things around the house anyways. I love these things. It's a real small, I think the manual says like T6, I can't remember. This is just a Phillips, you can use this. There is that one special one here. You could use something like this. These didn't work for me. I was able to access it through a screwdriver. I made it by a couple millimeters, which is almost too wide. I'd avoid the bulb grease. If you look in the picture there, that has nothing to do with the kind of bulb or the fitting that you're going into here. And again, this is of course the type of bulb. Before we even get to the 3 screws, nuts, or any of that, there is also another misinformation in here indicating where the fuse is. You always want to check the fuses in case it's not a bulb, it's just a simple 20-cent fuse. The fuses, it says it's inside the glove box on the passenger side, but then you also read in the next paragraph that it's actually just beneath the left side of the steering column for the driver. So that's where you can find it's number 1 and I think number 3. You can just consult with that because that part is correct. To begin, you want to remove the grill guard. There should be a nut over here, and then of course these 2 plastic screws right there, and it should just come right off. So we over here, it indicates that there are 5 screws. There are actually 3, and they are bolts. And if we can show those to you over here, here are the 3 screws right there. This right here goes into this right here. All right, so those are the 3. Bolt 1, bolt 2, bolt 3. There is no 4 and 5 as the manual indicates. So I'm going to pull this out because we have removed the screws. In fact, I showed you the screws over on the other vehicle. And I'm going to hold this up here. This is going to be 4 more screws. If we can turn around, we have the 4 small screws over here. You see, I'll count them 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I can bring it back over here, in here behind this panel, it opens real easily. This is where, of course, I'm not going to call it a headlight because there could be 4 here, right? There's 3 on each side. This is the low beam that we're going to replace, and that, of course, being the high beam. So just it's as simple as that. This assembly comes apart. I know that on the executive Cartier and the signature, it's actually not as easy. This is the piece that goes to the electrical, so that sends all the signal here. I should probably indicate. This also, there's some indication. If anyone knows and wants to write in the comments, I think that this lens, you know how sometimes they come to a dingy and you could use like a toothpaste to try to buff them out? I think that this lens comes off much easier than it does in a lot of the other town car models. It looks like there's a series of tabs or clips that come off that you could replace this if you didn't want to go through the whole toothpaste and buffing bit. So that concludes the video, and would love to hear any comments or anything if anyone can see that there's something I missed or this could be any easier. So signing off, and we appreciate the view.